157 is all that they've ended up with, and really outside of that third wicket partnership between Asif Sheikh and Rohit Powdell that added some stability and took the score up to 57 for 2 at one point. There really isn't a lot else to cheer. Very few boundaries. Powdell and Sheikh just getting 2 fours each. Dipender Singh Airi hit 1 in his innings of 12, but the wickets just kept falling over and over again, and it took Sandeep Lamichhani's experience and maybe one of his most restrained innings. He often just comes in and really goes at it, but he took his time, he guided the ball around nicely. He hit 6 boundaries in his innings of 42. There's some good shots, responsible batting. Paresh, the 9 men above him, not so much.
See in the highlights, a couple of 4s outside the off stump. Gulshan trying to go after the bowling a bit, picking up those early wickets. At the end, as you can see, Sandeep staying tall in the end, 42 runs. You can see the fall of wickets. Bhurtel just chipping that in the mid wicket, and that was an outrageous shot, not needed at that moment. You could see Asif playing one of his favourite shots, but not to be straight in the hands.
What you're going to see in all these dismissals, maybe with the exception of that one where Rohit Powdell might have been unlucky, they're all pretty extravagant strokes. You do live by the sword, you can die by it too, but the tactic against the short ball in particular was leaving a lot to be desired. Hold out to the deep there, Arif Sheikh, Dipender Singh Airi. Look at this one, completely losing his shape. And as Gulshan Jha was maybe a touch unlucky. He was caught. It was an excellent athletic piece of work out of cow corner, and then that's that LBW decision that went against Lalit Rajbanshi.
When you're defending low totals, that's the batting highlights for you.
Yes, not much to see there from Qatar. They were bowled out for 89, but there were some shots played very hard by the Qatari batters. The first ball went for a 6 by Kamran Khan of Lalit Rajbanshi, and that was timed to perfection down the ground by the left-hander. This was cut very fiercely behind square on the offside. This was a lucky escape for the batter there, getting the inside edge, and this one as well, getting the outside edge. There was no slip there. 2 good strip shots played by Amir, one behind square in the leg side and one in front of square, just exploiting the vacant area down in the boundary line. This was a lucky escape for the batsman there, getting the outside edge, ball rolling down to the boundary. This was a very good shot, a 6 in the first ball. Let's look at the wickets to fall for Qatar. The first one to go was Kamran Khan, smart catch held by Dipender Singh Airi. The wicket taker Lalit Rajbanshi, and Sompal coming with his very good spell. The first spell of 6 overs, took 3 wickets. And then came in Sandeep Lamichhani. 5-wicket haul for him in today's match. Sompal Kami beating the batsman with his pace, skiddy pace. And look at the celebration. This one was a brilliant catch by Bhim Sarki, diving in front of him. Look at the celebration again. Then Sandeep Lamichhani is stumping. A good glove work there by Asif Sheikh. This was taken the gloves. This was a plumb in front. Sandeep Lamichhani didn't even appeal, just celebrated after the ball hitting the pads. This was another plumb in front by Lamichhani. And the last one to go was a very smart catch by Gulshan Jha down in the boundary line. Look at him run to 20 yards in and taken a blinder.